Hi everyone, it is Foul Play here. Now my video yesterday, I said I was pretty happy with the list and that I wasn't going to change anything for a little while, but then I versed 3 Bant decks in a row. Or one of them was a 4-color deck, but it was the same thing just with Assassin's Trophy and Thoughtseers added into the mix. So then I versed them and got completely frustrated, ended up 1-4ing the league, and so here I am, back to the drawing board, reworking the deck. Now, what makes the Bant matchup so irritating is the fact that, you can't attack into Uro. You get about 5 points off killing them or something. You can't attack into Uro. They hold up chump blockers until they shrink your creature down to nothing, and then you just lose, and it's very frustrating, very irritating. Now I'm not sure bringing in Gadoktig is actually how we want to answer the deck, because they just have removal for it all the time, and maybe this is me just overthinking it, which I can do from time to time. But I think just generally speaking, just answering the Euro, or answering 2 to 3 Euros, having Rest in Peace out to get them, having Path to Exiles to exile a card altogether. I mean, maybe Path is not where we want to be, and we want to be looking towards Surgical Extraction instead, because that would get rid of every last Euro in one go. And yeah, so this is what I'm testing here. I might look to change it up. So I've changed the aura base to almost exclusively white, because Ether Gust is surprisingly annoying when, they're gaining 3 life a turn and have a 6/6 you can't attack into. I've upped my evasiveness count to 6, so I've got 4 Griff's Boon and 2 Spirit Mantle. We've gone 4 Hyena Umbred, so we have enough instances of Totem Armor. We've still got our Vigilance, because that's pretty strong. And we've still got Rancor, because the deck just really can't do without it. Maybe I'll side it out against them, and then Ether Gust will just be a dead card for them. Now, because I've done all this, I've also brought 3 Path to Exiles in the main, and moved Leyline to the sideboard. Because I've done this, and Burns in the meta, I've brought in Spirit Link to help combat that a little bit. So the list is looking a bit different to what I normally do. Other card changes. So we've got 1 Path to Exile in the sideboard, making it 4 in total in the deck if you count the 3 in the main. We've got 4 Rest in Peace. We've got 4 Leyline, 3 Gadoktig, 2 Force of Vigor, and 1 Seal of Primordium. Now, cut down on the Seal of Primordium, just because I'm not versing much Eldrazi at the moment, to be honest. I think most of the Eldrazi players are playing Bant at the moment, just because it's really strong. So we're gonna, get into a league here. We're gonna hopefully verse Bant and hopefully crush it. If not, it might be a time to look at boarding Veil of Summer in. Because if you Veil of Summer their Ether Gust, you don't have to reconstruct the entire deck then. You just Veil of Summer the Ether Gust, and then you get them for tempo. Quite often, they'll leave their Uro back blocking, and then they'll look to Ether Gust your Rancor. And then if you just Veil of Summer that Ether Gust, all of a sudden, hey, they're in a lot of trouble because they didn't predict that you'd have, 6 power down to 4. Like, because they're going to look to shrink your power, block you, and then you just lose outright. So, at the moment, I'm going off of, let's just attack with evasiveness. If that doesn't work, I'll look at next leveling it with Veil. But obviously, drawing Veil on, a board that has already been, destroyed is kind of bad. So, it's the sort of card you'd need in your hand. Oh, well. So, we're going to see how we go. Alright, here's our round 1 opponent. I think one of the reasons it's so popular at the moment as well is because Prowess was so popular, right? And with Uro gaining all that life, it's really good for them. So we're up against Cherryman. We don't have any creatures in our hand. We have to throw it. Alright, this hand looks good. We're going to keep it. I look to bottom a Horizon Canopy here. Windswept Teeth. I smell Bant. I smell Bant. Alright. We're already trying our best to lose this match because we're drawing all lands. Alright. Kept a 3-lander, draw land. It's okay as long as we start drawing some gas. That'd be nice. So opponent gets a stomping ground and passes. And we pass to their turn. I have versed Cherryman before. I don't know what they're on. Yeah, just speaking on that league that I'm not putting up because, okay, it's a Stoneblade deck. Because it just, like, going 4-1 just does not make for good content. And, you know, I'm trying to give my viewers good content. But yeah, like, I lost to Storm with Leyline twice because they got Empty the Warrens twice. That's the sort of, like, league I had to deal with. Normally you don't have to worry about it. They don't get you with Empty the Warrens, but this opponent did. All right, so we're gonna go Ethereal Armor. We're gonna go Grispoon. Gonna get out of our hand now in case they have like an Eldrazi Temple into Thought-Knot Seer. I don't really like giving them the information that we have the flying, the evasiveness, but in my opinion, it's better than it just randomly getting Thought-Knot Seared. Even though they are 3 colors, they could just randomly have a Thought-Knot Seer. All right. So, opponent concedes, and, you know, we're looking at a bit of a brew, in my opinion. A little bit of a brew, but it's a Stoneblade brew. Naya Stoneblade. Are they doing Hate Bear stuff, or are they just doing something else? It's hard to know. I think I'm leaving in some number of paths here. Probably Spirit Link is going to look to come out, and maybe 2 core Spirit Dancers. I don't think I want to take out any of my auras. I think my auras look pretty strong. Alright, let's go that. So Cherryman's going to be on the play this time. They had game 1. This is not a keep. My opponent also mulliganed to 6. My 6 is looking pretty gosh darn good. I'm going to keep it. Probably going to bottom the Path to Exile here. So maybe it's Spirit Mantle. Opponent's going down to 5. Alright, let's bottom the Spirit Mantle and hope Path's good because it will hurt our opponent a lot. I don't think we can mulligan land there. Opponent's to 4. Alright, they're keeping a 4-lander. They could just, like, randomly be 4-colored, Thoughtseize us and get us. That could definitely happen. Green, Utopia Sprawl into red. So it's Ponza with Stoneforge Mystic. Hello, good draw. So we can start deploying the white cards from our hand. And we can path like a Magus of the Moon and then resolve our Rancor as well. Or draw Force of Vigor and destroy it. So Seasoned Pyromancer, what are they ditching? So they're ditching a land. Alright. So I feel like I should probably leave this Plains a secret. Actually, they've got... Oh, they've now got 2 cards in hand. Yeah, it might matter. It might matter. Alright, that's not too bad. So we'll take an extra point of damage there that we didn't need to take. But we'll just keep our information a little bit secret here. Maybe they'll spend the turn doing a Blood Moon instead of something relevant. Alright, cool. Magus of the Moon, right there. I think if we played the Plains, they might have played something different from their hand. But yeah, I'm fine with that. So, first step is attacking before we play any land. Alright, now I think we just play out the planes, pass to our opponent. We'll look for a chance to maybe use path. I mean, I think if we use it, it's probably going to be end step, as funny as that might sound. Alright, so we'll end step, path is Magus. They didn't play a land this turn, so we're probably ramping them into 4 or 5 mana cards here. This does let us sack our Horizon Canopy, though. Core Spirit Dancer isn't bad. Force of Vigor's pretty good, but we can't cast it, so... Just gonna crack this one for a Plains, I suppose. Attack for 4. Leave Core Spirit Dancer in hand so they can't get value. It's good to know they're on the Magus of the Moon plane as well and not Blood Moon. Magus is definitely easier to deal with. You know, our opponent's on 5. They're at the stage where any aura can kill them. Of course, we're just massively flooded, and they don't know that, but... Bloodbraid Elf, sure. They've hit a Stoneforge Mystic off that. That's interesting. We've got Force of Vigor in hand, which is really good. They're getting sort of Feast and Famine off that. Does that mean they already have the Batterskull? With a life total like they have, or maybe they're just planning to chump block and then play an equip. So we're going to take this. We're going to go to 5. That is an excellent draw. So the fact they're white, I think I put it on the Bogle. It means, you know, I can attack and represent lethal as well. If I draw an aura, I will have lethal. Oh, we just get flying, so we're just good. Alright, sweet. Oh, and we get the Rancor to potentially, you know, Force of Vigor anything they're doing. Excellent. So we get game 1. There you go. Naya Stoneblade, or Ponza Stoneblade. I don't know. Someone got a better name for that deck than I do. Probably wouldn't be hard. Alright. So, round 2. Winning the die roll. That's what I like to see. Up against Lilia. I really wish I could keep this. The, like, auras are so good. Alright, we can keep this one. What do we bottom here? The Path? Path, Core, or Forest are what we bottom. Opponents kept 7. Let's bottom the Path. I guess drawing path is not too bad, so shuffling this back in is fine. We're up against a different person to last game. And, you know, if they're also on Ponza, I'll be a monkey's uncle. Definitely can happen, but it seems very unlikely. Field of the Dead. Alright, so we're definitely jamming Core Spirit Dancer. Oh, hello. Hello. So turn 1, Field of the Dead, no amulet or anything. So Core Spirit Dancer is a safe cast there. You can start putting Grispoon on her shortly. The most mana they can have this turn is 2, if I'm correct. They got a second amulet. Good hold up path, but, you know, I want to pressure my opponent, try and win the game, right? Alright, so we'll just make a giant core spirit dancer so she doesn't just randomly die to whatever my opponent's doing. I'm pretty sure my opponent's going to block this one. Alright, she's going to block the scout off the side. I don't hate that. And I'd probably leave this Bogle in hand, but we drew another core spirit dancer, so there's probably not much point leaving it in hand. I guess my opponent's looking to block a larger core spirit dancer this turn, but we could just draw like ethereal armor and kill them. Path the arboreal grazer and kill them. Definitely looking to see an aura off the top of our library. Alright, second arboreal grazer. We'll let them have their fun. Seven different cards, right? Yeah. Oh, Golgari Rot Farm. Okay. Alright. Bouncing Breeding Pool. Now I've got access to 6 mana. I guess they can get their 6 mana, get a Primeval Titan, attack, and get some triggers. They're not going to be able to Valakut us, though. That's 5 mana. Serious? Well, it's good to know about before we go into game 2, but like, what the hell, man? Wait, he got explosives instead of ensnaring bridge? That doesn't seem right. We can now kill the Khan, and if they don't have another Khan, we're good. Alright, that's pretty massive. Alright, I think we just cast the second Spirit Dancer. Maybe it's better to put it on Core Spirit Dancer in case we draw like a Rancor and can just kill them. Pretty good hand though. So like, attack all creatures at Khan. They'll block the 2 big ones. Khan will take 1, so negging will kill it. I guess maybe we just cast the Griffspoon on the Scout without casting this second Core Spirit Dancer, and then if we path it, we guarantee killing the Khan. Okay, no, I punted that turn. I definitely punted that turn. I should have thought that through better. So their explosives can either get my Core Spirit Dancers or my Griffspoon. And if they spend the turn doing that, they're not spending the turn casting a Primeval Titan, so that's okay. And I don't know if they can do Ensnaring Bridge and Explosives, but I mean, they probably don't need to do Ensnaring Bridge because... they probably don't need to do Explosives because they can just get Ensnaring Bridge and then just like tempo us out or something. Alright, Prime Time, sure. So they're going to give it haste, attack, get 2 more lands, and then look to do engineered explosives. And we have a small window where we can kill Khan. Okay, that's not too bad. Slayer's Stronghold. Are they not running Dryad of Elysian Grove? Normally the Dryad of Elysian Grove decks just run the other one instead, right? So now they have access to 4 mana with all of that, and they have to bounce 2 lands. Sure. We could block, but I'd prefer to not block. Are they playing it on 2 or are they playing it on 1? They're playing it on 2. Okay. That's fine. So I guess blocking maybe was more correct. This forest is so freaking annoying right now. If that was plains, I'd just have such an easier turn. Because we can path the Arboreal Grazer, kill Khan, and then they just Primeval Titan attack and kill us, so that's not very good. We can path Primeval Titan, yes, in their attack step. Doesn't seem great either. I guess if we path... Alright, no, we path Primeval Titan now. We put an aura on the Boggle and we double attack Khan so it can't neg. I think that's going to be our best line. And then we can Hyena Umbra here on the Bogles, so if they have a second explosives somehow, we have protection from... we have Totem Armor. Protection via Totem Armor, rather. Next turn we can get down our Daybreak Coronet and we'll be happy. And this only really works if they don't have another Primeval Titan. If they have another Primeval Titan, we're just stuffed. This Khan the Great Creator could be dead by now, I'm pretty sure, if I didn't punt. But I did punt, so we're not there. We are not there. Man, any deck that runs his card is just so shit, in my opinion. Hate that card so much. Alright, they're plussing on Amulet, which leaves it susceptible to paths, which is nice. Probably doesn't do much at this point of the game, though. You're not getting another engineered explosives, are you? Please be a Summoner's Pact. I can't beat another engineered explosives. I know I have Totem Armor, but I'm almost certain I can't beat another engineered explosives. Like, maybe I'd have to rip Path off the top. I don't know. The fact they're not just grabbing something and slamming it seems good to me. Alright, so Summoner's Pact for Primeval Titan. That also seems good. They played a land this turn already. They played the Simic Growth Chamber so they could Talaria West, which means they can't put Boros Garrison out. Unless they have... Sorry, they can't put Slayer's Stronghold out unless they have a second one, which I don't think they do. It's definitely feeling like a Primeval Titan to me. Alright, so here comes prime time. Transmute second Talaria West for another Summoner's Pact. Alright. So if they cast this Summoner's Pact, they could potentially cast a Dryad of Lycian Grove, place Slayer's Stronghold, be 1 mana short. So they'd have to play Azusa into like a 3rd Summoner's Pact, and then do Dryad of Lycian Grove. Or unless they have a Boreal Grazer. Getting Daybreak on the board is extremely important. I guess if we cycle Horizon Canopy, our best thing we can do is cast a single Daybreak Coronet anyway. And we have to make the Bogle big, or else we lose 1 creature's attack entirely. And I think we have to attack Khan again. Man, this Khan is like a massive brick wall. We'd be close to killing our opponent by now if they didn't have all this. Are they just giving us the Khan finally? Thank goodness. Alright. So now they need to Summoner's Pact on their upkeep. On paper, if they don't do this at competitive level, they'll lose the game. So they pay for it, they get reminded in this, that's, you know, all fine. It's just the way this works. Another Summoner's Pact, sure. So I'm pretty sure this one gets Dryad of Lycian Grove. Another Primeval Titan. And a Dryad of Lycian Grove. Alright, I think we're super dead. Because they can now play Slayer's Stronghold on their... They're floating white as well, and they get a Valor Cult. Oh god, this is scary. They get 8 triggers, and then shoot us in the face for 12. And on those triggers, they can also get, like, more Valor Cults. Alright. So, our opponent gets this one. Alright. Man, that is so annoying. Khan the Great Creator, are you serious? Holy flippin' heck. Alright, so we kind of need Gadok Teague if Khan the Great Creator is our opponent's prerogative. Which probably means we need to trim on Core Spirit Dancer. And we also need some enchantment and artifact destruction as well. Okay. I don't like minusing all my cores on the play. Could very well be I'm just overboarding here. think I can maybe take out a couple of hexproof creatures, and then the rest really just have to be auras here. Goodness gracious, my slots are tight. Minus out basic forest, maybe, and 3 Teagues just too much. I kind of need them. Alright, I'll minus 1 Griffspoon because we have the Spirit Mantles anyway. Yeah, pretty good keep here. Very strong hand. Opponent's mulliganing to 6. Oh, I didn't put my chat box up. I'm so forgetful with that thing. I spent an ever so minimal amount of time off it, and I always remove it during the deck tech because it's just, you know, pointlessly in the way, but then like afterwards it's kind of good to have, right? So turn 1 amulet from my opponent. We have a Gaddock Teague. I think we just play Seal of Primordium and pop the amulet. These decks are like very reliant around that card with particular hands at least. They don't have any Arboreal Grazers that can just absolutely wreck their early game tempo. Alright, they've got a second one anyway. But with that, we stop them from having access to 4 mana this turn with a bounce land. That's really good. So what's their best next turn? I guess they can generate a crap ton of mana. I think I just go in on the scout. Attack for 5. I could play Gaddock Teague and a Griffspoon and attack for 2. But if my opponent like stumbles 1 turn on getting prime time out, this seems better to me. Oh god, Dryad of Elysian Grove is always scary. As long as I don't get Primeval Titan out this turn, I'm happy. Reclamation Sage? Well, that's a Wrecking Ball, isn't it? We probably lose now. Making Gaddock Teague a 3/3 doesn't protect it against Valakut any better. We can't attack here. Need to pass. I think we just lose this one. It's a big shame. It would have been obviously safer for us to play the Gaddock Teague first, but I just wanted to be aggressive. And obviously Reclamation Stage, very, very strong. Primeval Titan, here comes the hurt. And they'll have enough of Valakut to start shooting Gaddock Teague out, and then yeah, we're in trouble. So like the worst nightmare on them grabbing lands would be like Talaria West, like because they can get Valakut and shoot Gaddock Teague, but if they get Talaria West, and transmute for an engineered explosives off that with the Simic Growth Chamber as well, then we're in just like a lot of trouble. Maybe turn 2 Seal was just like... No, I guess it was really good if they didn't have the second amulet. We would have got them real bad. So they got Valakut and Talaria West, so... It seemed like the most balanced one. I guess next turn they can just, you know, get Simic Growth Chamber anyway, right? No blocks here. We basically need to rip Path to Exile. Show me potato salad. Alright. We have a game. Play scout, leave up double chump block, rip daybreak, and slowly claw our way back. This is going to be a pretty rough one, particularly if they have a bounce land in hand. They just kill us, right? Because they can just play bounce land twice. Pretty sure we're just dead. Alright, so we've been bested. That's fine. This is a rough matchup anyway. A lot didn't go our way. Yeah. The decisive turn was definitely when we got ourselves blown out by Rexage. We should have played the Gadok Teague instead, so that was a pretty big punt on my part. Other than that, I do think playing the Seal of Primordium on turn 2 on the draw is just, like, correct. I don't think there was anything wrong with that. It sucked losing our own tempo, but, yeah. Oh, well. Alright, let's get back into it for round 3, shall we? Good luck to our opponent. We are up against Frankie. Look, on the blind, I think I keep this and hope. Potentially even play a turn 3 Core Spirit Dancer and then give her Totem Armor. I feel like this hand's worth a gamble. Our land base is like pretty pain-free. We get Rancor, we get Totem Armor, we get Vigilance. Like, if something happens to Core, we get back 2 of our auras after drawing cards as well. Excuse me. Is this a mirror? Oh, it's the mirror. Oh my goodness. Hopefully no main deck Path to Exile. Snaps. Alright, let's go. We got the stones. We're winning the race. They're on 18 already. Look at us go. So, Coronet's a really good draw as well. They're playing their own Core Spirit Dancer, so that gives us a turn of good stuff. So I'm going to start on Sentinel's Eyes. We get a second Core Spirit Dancer in case anything happens to our first one. And we'll shock this one in. Yeah, let's go Rancor, Hyena, Umbra, attack. Oh wow, that's really good. Let's draw step Path the Core Spirit Dancer. I think it's probably not worth being greedy and giving them the draw trigger. Because like shocking Inner Temple Garden's a pretty fucking linear and obvious line, right? So we'll let them draw a card. Hopefully they drew one of their basic lands, and this will get them pretty good. And obviously going in on a scout is like way slower than going in on Core Spirit Dancer there as well. What have they got now? Another planes, so I guess they're on the 3 basics too. Another Core Spirit Dancer, wow. Alright. And Umbra on their Core Spirit Dancer, it looks like, yeah. Well, we do just kill them this turn. I guess we've got 7 power and our opponent's probably just looking to chump us out. We won't tell them about the... they already know about Sentinel's Eyes. We'll not tell them about the second one, though, I guess. Alright, this should be well and truly enough damage now. They had 6 power, so 15 would have been enough, but we'll overkill it. Alright, so we want all our artifact and enchantment destruction. We want some number of paths. I think 3's probably a good number for the paths. Spirit Mantle's really good in this matchup. Griffspoon loses value because they're probably running Spider Umbra and their own Griffspoon. I think Griffspoon's possibly just the weakest aura, although we might want some amount of flying as well. Do we just minus the Core Spirit Dancer on the draw? No, Core's probably our best way of winning on the draw. Minus a path and go down to 2 path. Or we minus a Spirit Mantle. Alright, let's do this. We could minus Spirit Link, but it's like, if we both have Spirit Mantled Creature, we'll gain twice the life because it stacks on top of Lifelink as a triggered ability. So we'll be gaining more life than our opponent if we have Spirit Link and Daybreak rather than just the Daybreak. And like, if you have multiple Spirit Links, it actually stacks on itself. Like, so you'll get 2 instances. If you have 2 Spirit Links, you'll have 2 instances of it. Alright, so no green mana. The hand looks pretty strong if we had it, but we don't, so we've got to throw. This hand looks good. I think I'm just bottoming the Core Spirit Dancer. The auras are just like really powerful here. Also, we can leave our Rancor in until later on in case we need to pitch a card to Force of Vigor. If we draw it. Alright, so opponent goes Razor's Edge Thicket, Slippery Bogle. We have the Temple Garden start, so our opponent is winning the race currently. Really hoping for that land drop next turn. Alright, they spend 2 mana on the Spirit Mantle. I'm guessing they have Daybreak Coronet then. Yeah, we wanna go Ethereal Armor here. It's 1 less damage, but we want to leave green in our hand in case we draw Force of Vigor. We could 3 for 1 our opponent, or 3 for 2 our opponent. Obviously, Spirit Mantle is a pretty big problem aura. Alright, they're going Spider Umbra. What are they doing? Turn the second main Core Spirit Dancer? Just passing the turn. Alright. Well, looks like they might have something like Unravel the Ether here. The fact they're holding up 2 mana and not doing anything with it sort of suggests that to me. If we draw a mana next turn, we have a really big attack with triple Ethereal Armor and Rancor. We'll be adding 2, 4, 6. We'll add 8 power to the board, so 13 will be lethal. That's if they tap out and don't have a Force of Vigor or anything. Just cycling these Horizon lands here. It's got to be a good place for us. Attacking for 4 this turn, or are they leaving up blockers? They're attacking. Okay. Alright, we hopefully get the victory. Our opponent can Force of Vigor us here. They're slow rolling that one. Yep, there's the Force of Vigor, pitching a Dryad Arbor, so they also know the Dryad Arbor is a green creature mode thing. So we put our opponent to 7. That's not dead yet, but we do have Daybreak next turn. And even if they Spirit Mantle block us, we will trample damage over the top, so that's very nice. Temple Garden in tapped shows a lot of weakness, and alright, and Gristburn means they don't have a second Force of Vigor with green card, so that's really good. Could still have like a Nature's Claim or something though, I suppose. Let's pray for no Nature's Claim. The Nature's Claim, our Daybreak, we only trample 2 damage. And we lose our creature. Alright, no effects from our opponent, so we put them to 1. And it's a close game. It's definitely a close game. Sweet. Alright, we get there. That's awesome. I'm not really normally privileged to win the mirror. Normally I just lose the mirror. But, you know, this game, it definitely worked out well for us. Normally my opponents run like Spirit Links and Spirit Mantles and they just win off of like the more powerful auras in the mirror. But, you know, this time I've changed my deck list up, and the path was good game 1 as well. Alright, so we are up against Sayro Pet, and we won the die roll, so we're going to be on the play. And it's looking, you know, decent, other than missing a land drop, but I'm going to keep it. We even have an extra source of life gain here, which is nice. Like, this would be a pretty strong hand if we traded one of these creatures for a second land. Opponent is mulliganing to 6. It's been a fair bit of Stoneblade. I'd like to play Poster Boy, but I'm just going to respect the, like, sort of Fire and Ice. Yes, like, all the Stoneblade decks are playing Feast and Famine anyway, which is pro-green, so I could just probably play play Slippery Bogle and not get punished on that. Alright, so looks like maybe a burn deck, so I might just play the Spirit Link straight up and gain 1 life. While we can. Oh, Steam Vents. So probably the blue-red prowess would be my assumption. This Path to Exile is going to be pretty nice. Manamorphones into the Stormbird thing. Stormwing Entity, yep. Alright, let's see what they do with their Scry. They're having quite the long decision here. They've bottom 2 cards. Alright, so drawing Rancor doesn't really do anything for this turn. I'm probably not at risk of dying this turn either. I think I just cast Rancor and pass the turn. Like, I could hold up Path, but I don't see us winning after we Path and potentially ramp our opponent to 4 mana. I think I put down Rancor, hope they have the 1 creature, and they drop us to like 5 or something. It looks like another Manamorphose. Get that prowess trigger. They got the third Manamorphose. Second Stormwing Entity. Okay. Yeah, look, we have a chance if we draw mana here, but we're just sort of, flooding out a bit at the moment, and that's pretty frustrating. So we're only taking 4 this turn. That's important. Alright, that was a really good draw. Yeah, here I think we have to attack. It would have been better if I played Sentinel's Eyes last turn for this round. I didn't think of that. But if I leave up blockers, they just don't attack with the Soulscale Mage, and they probably kill us anyway. Alright, 3 cards in hand. If there's no Manamorphose or Lava Darts, we will hopefully get there. Looks like a Manamorphose though, so we've only got 1 Manamorphose left in the deck. That's a lot of prowess triggers for my opponent. Pretty frustrating for us, really. But we are on 20 life. But, these prowess decks grow their creatures pretty fast. The lightning bolt to the face, and we might be dead even. 10 plus 6 is 16, 19. So, yeah. They have lightning bolt and nothing else. We survive. And if they have just 2 non-creature spells, we lose. Alright, them casting Soulscale Mage is good for us. Very good for us. That one vital point at the start, that one life gain might be helping us get there. You never know. I'd just feel a lot safer if I hit like a basic Plains or a Razor Verge Thicket. It'd make my next turn a lot easier. We can even kill our opponent next turn if we do that. If we hit basic Plains, we can play both our auras, attack for 10, assuming they attack us with everything. Yeah. Alright, so mutagenic growth. I think that just has us beat. Oh, 18. Oh, that's a big yikes. Alright. Let's throw down Vigilance now. Attack for 8 and gain 8. Oh wait. I had lethal, and I could have played my land and had lethal 2 ways. Alright, I'm an idiot. That was very silly. Give my opponent another chance here. At least we can block their ground creatures. So they can only attack with Stormwing entities. What are they casting with double Steam Vents instead of using the Mountain? They got Bedlam Reveler here. But then they'd use the Mountain as well, right? Weird. So I guess at the moment what my opponent might be thinking about is if they attack and I block one of their creatures, they could bolt their own creature and potentially get damage wide. But yeah, that damage would be just enough as long as we don't have path. But I guess they could assume we don't have path because if we had it, we would have won the game last turn. So I guess the way I did it played around gut shot, actually. So maybe it wasn't the worst thing in the world. Another Soulscale Mage. Alright, that's got to be good for us. So, I don't see too much of a world. If they just pass the turn here, I don't see too much of a world where we need to cast Path to Exile this turn. We can just Griffspoon next turn, attack in the air. If they double block, They then need to have Lava Dart, and then we can still Path in Response and win. So yeah, I think we're just fine. Because we'll just get the trample damage, right? Here I'm just going to take the damage unless my opponent tries to pump and kill me or something. Alright, cool. I think we just win, so... Alright, cool beans. We managed to scrape through. That's really good. So we will want our ley lines and the fourth path. I don't like Core Spirit Dancer in these matchups, although maybe it's stronger in a matchup where they have Spell Pierce from the sideboard. So that can be something to consider. Bringing in Rest in Peace is just going to be way too much of an overboard. Maybe Spirit Mantle's just a little bit too expensive, and we can just trim on one of them. Alright, let's try this one. Let's go with this hand. Although maybe Dryad Arbor even. Alright, now let's ditch the Dryad Arbor. That's like real trash here. Just means we can't gamble on a Dryad Arbor hand because we won't have a Dryad Arbor hand. Alright, yeah, I like that. Let's do that. Alright, here we have a nice looking unkeepable Dryad Arbor hand. So we're going to throw this. Joke being, Dryad Arbor is not in the deck. For all those watching from home. Alright, this hand looks absolutely gas. We're going to keep it. Throw a creature. Done deal. Ready to go. Oh, turn one, nothing from my opponent. That's interesting. Oh, wow. Spirit Link as well. That's an awesome draw. It's my opponent's turn Stormwing Entity. I wouldn't be too upset if that was the case. I can't imagine... It's like either going to be Stormwind Entity or Sprite Dragon, right? So... I think we're fine here. They can't just do nothing. Alright, a Soul Scale Mage. Hold up Spell Pierce. So I think I cast Griff Spoon here, try to bait a Spell Pierce. Maybe they have it, maybe they don't. If this resolves, we can attack for 2, play Bogle, and block on the ground. And that's only worse if they do Kozilek's Return. So maybe we don't do that. Alright, there's the Spell Pierce. Do I play around Kozilek's? Yeah. I don't think I have the luxury of playing around that. Let's drop the Spirit Link and pass the turn. I mean, I have another creature to go in on anyway, and then I just need to draw another aura. So I can go creature, path next turn if they wipe the board this turn. And if not, I just have the chance to draw, slam Daybreak Coronet, attack, and gain 8 life while dealing 4 damage. So... all that seems pretty juicy to me. They're just leaving up blockers here. That's interesting. Alright, let's Hyena Umbra and see what they do. If this gets countered, we can path their creature, attack for 1. And it will likely mean, hopefully, that they don't have any more counter spells left. I think we'll just path their creature anyway. Force the issue. I'm going to be gaining 2 life if they let that resolve. Alright. So that probably means they don't have a counter spell and they're just looking to cycle Fiery Islet. Otherwise, nothing makes sense. Alright. Is that literally all they're doing? Cycling Fiery Islet? Right. Here comes the Sprite Dragon. Go on, opponent. Tap out. You know you want to. Well, in that case, it definitely feels like they do have some description of counter magic. So I'm just going to keep baiting these non-essential auras, right? Alright, there's the second Spell Pierce. And then we just pass turn. If we attack into this, we're playing into Mutagenic Growth, Lightning Bolt, Lava Dart, etc. And that's just bad. Guess I've got Totem Armor, so I could kind of risk it, but... Oh, they're stalling out here in the end step. What have they got? Lightning Bolt? Lava Dart, okay. So, them casting that's like only worse if they draw a Swift Spear or another Sprite Dragon. Looks like they drew the Swift Spear, otherwise I'm sure it would have been on the board. 2 cards left in my opponent's hand. Looks like Manamorphose here. I'm just going to skip through slowly to try and make my opponent think I have Path to Exile. Sprite Dragon is getting massive. They did 1 top, 1 bottom. Alright. Interesting. Alright, so we'll take that, and we get a pretty free attack to gain 10 life next turn. Seems good to me. And maybe they're deciding whether or not to go in on this Lava Dart and Lightning Bolt. Alright, so there's a Lightning Bolt. They can Lava Dart here as well. So I guess they're playing around Path a little bit here, but they can't really play around it because I'm just going to shoot the Sprite Dragon anyway, right? If that's what I had. And they can Lava Dart as well now. So Lightning Bolt to us. 3 damage to us puts us to 18. Their creatures deal 8. Lava Dart would do another 3 damage on top of that. So they'd have 11 damage, put us to 7. And then we go all the way back up to 17. And can block Swift Spear freely next turn. Alright, so 0 cards left in my opponent's hands. So being patient here paid off. Obviously, having other auras to cast helped with that a lot. So attack for 5, gain 10. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. So now we're in a very strong position here. I guess if they attack, we just block the Swift Spear. They might just want to be jump blocking everything we do next turn, though. Try and get real tricky and get our creatures, because obviously we've only got 5 power and this is a 5/5, grows with any spell. These things get prowess with any spell, so they can easily kick off the Hyena Umbra and try to stabilize from there. So I guess we're not out of it yet. Path would go a long way to helping us though if we draw another Path. Obviously drawing any aura is fantastic, and Leyline or creatures are our dead draws at this point. So they're cycling another Fiery Eyelet. I like it. I like it a lot. We also have to be aware, Lava Dart in the graveyard, they can, you know, activate their ability, their prowess and all of that with 0 mana. So they're attacking us for 8. I'm very fine with that. What does that mean they have blocking wise with Swift Spear? Just chump block a turn? Is that what they're going for? Alright, so Grispoon, flying, OP. Do they have Spell Pierce, the third one? Alright, and they concede. We only attack for 6 there, but we gain 12, so we go up to 24. We can then start blocking their flying creatures like the Stormwing. And, you know, it's effectively a win for us at that point. So, awesome. 3-1. Definitely getting a little bit lucky with our draws, but I feel like we're playing pretty well with the exception against the Amulet Titan player where I played straight into Reclamation Sage. That was loose. But yeah, other than that, pretty good. Alright, so let's get it happening for round 5 here. Let's do the deed. Winning the die roll, that is a great place to start. We're up against Sub. I have versed this player before. I wonder if it's my real life friend Sarvan. That'd be pretty interesting. I'm going to keep this hand... Lead on Horizon Canopy so I can double aura on turn 2. I guess if it's Ponza deck, we leave the forest, the basic land secret as well, which is kind of nice. So creature go. Oh, snow-covered island. Chromatic Star. We are versing Blue Tron. Or Urza. I guess we're versing Urza with the Mishra's Bauble, right? So surely Core Spirit Dancer has to be the line we take, right? I'll risk it dying to removal. They don't have Arkham's Astrolabe anymore, so they can't be as greedy with their colors that they are in. So, Mox Amber, which means they can go for an Emery here. Potentially. Turn 2 Emery, yep. Sacking the Star for mana. Okay. Oh, that is a main deck Lurrus. That is scary, which means Engineered Explosives as well, which is... Oh, flippin' heck. Okay. What do we do here? Play our second Core Spirit Dancer and get double draw trigger. And hope to draw land and Hyena Umbra, and then Hyena Umbra the Core Spirit Dancer. That or we just go in on the one Core Spirit Dancer and look to draw significantly less cards. Let's attack for 3. I guess that's not too bad. Sentinel's Eyes is a free cast. They're getting back Mishra's Bauble. Man, I have not missed this deck at all. This deck is horrible. Rancor is a good one. I think I lead by getting my Temple Garden. My opponent only has access to 1 mana. Okay. So we can just potentially kill them this turn. Unless they're running like Simian Spirit Guide, which would suck. But then we get 2 of our auras back. Man, we are going ham this turn, I'll tell you that much. We have lethal currently. I'm going to get the Totem Armor down just in case. Get those extra draws. Our hand is stacked anyway. Does Core Spirit Dancer get us there? Oh, right. So the explosives actually... Oh, they can tap it because they've got a legendary creature. I'm such a peanut. Okay. So Razorverge Thickets are like extremely useless at this point. And they can get back their engineered explosives. And I threw away Hyena Umbra unnecessarily. Alright, that was really bad. That was really, really bad. They just get Chromatic Star then? Instead of getting the explosives? So kill them this turn instead? Alright, I'm just going to turn off auto yields now because I don't want to deck myself, right? Alright, let's not get super greedy. They've conceded. Sweet. Awesome. Alright, we stole game one, and that was a steal after how I punted it. Alright, that's really good. I feel like they probably should have gone for engineered explosives on 2, but or maybe just recycled it on 1. But I guess then we could just go Spirit Mantle into Daybreaks and win that way. It just requires more, you know? But we're lucky they got land screwed as well. So we want our Graveyard Hate and our creature removal. I don't know if we want our Artifact Hate. Obviously, if they're running Khan the Great Creator now, we do, but I don't know that. Like, it would make sense if they go down to 2 colors that they run a colorless card like that, right? Maybe I just remove all my Gristburns. Alright, let's go with that. It puts us down to 14 1-mana auras and 6 2-mana auras. So we're only on 20 auras this game, which is quite low. Actually, maybe what I should have done was being on the draw, minusing a land instead. Alright, I'm going to keep this. Opponent's keeping their hand. There it is. That didn't take long. So I'll leave this in hand. Ether Gust, Grinding Station, and Teferi. Alright. Yikes. All of those cards are extremely scary. I think we just play Rest in Peace here and hope our opponent doesn't interact with the Dryad Arbor. Getting rid of all of that stuff seems good to me. go to the Spirit Mantle, start attacking for 2. Yeah. Okay, so we connect, which is something. Steam Vent's tapped, you know, Galvanic Blast, scary card, but they don't have 4 artifacts, but it still will deal 2 damage to us, so, or our creature, more likely. They could also, being in white, have Dispatch as well, which is extremely scary. Urza is pretty scary, but we have Paths, so as long as they don't somehow go off this turn, we're fine. Think we want to attack for 3 here. We've got protection from creatures, so they can't block. And then I guess there's no reason to play the Slippery Bogle other than to bait the explosives. With the Urza, when is the best time to get it? Probably now before they can do an activation on it. Get that rubbish out of here. Maybe it would have been worth doing during their turn in response to them activating it. But I would have needed to have not started casting an aura in my end step to not just give away that that's what my plan was. So explosives on 2 now. They can only pop 1 of these this turn. It's pretty good. Are they blocking? I guess they can if they want to. This card's getting play. That's very annoying. Who's even playing enchantments outside of Bogles? God damn it. What a stupid card. I think hopefully they tap out and we draw like a Hyena Umbra. They destroyed our Rest in Peace as well. Oh, man. So they can get these back from the graveyard if they want to. So there's really no point in casting Bogle. We sort of need to draw Path for Emery. Urza, that's very scary. Alright, so we lose this one. They've got explosives. They can tap artifacts to activate explosives. Goodness gracious, what do we do? Well, they won't be able to cast explosives at all if we have Gadok Teague, so that's really strong for us. Which means we probably minus some number of core Spirit Dancers. So I probably should have had Gaddock Teague in last game, but I forgot about that X effect. Once again, I'm tired. I'm just so busy. I'm just always tired. Maybe minus a scout, and just go with that. I don't think we want these artifact destroy effects. It just seems too greedy to me. Like, I think I'm pushing my sideboarding like slots as much as I can at the moment. We're down to 5, so we probably just lose now anyway. Opponent mulligan to 6 at least. Keeping a 6. I mean, we can't mulligan again. Just have to keep like a bad Dryad Arbor hand. Oh, they've got Ether Gust. We saw that last game. Oh god, they can Ether Gust the Dryad Arbor. Fuck's sake. I think we're just doomed here. Maybe I keep the Rancor as well because I could Sentinel's Eyes. Yeah, I think I punted this one as well. Maybe I'll just go down to 5. Or 4, sorry. Here comes the Emery. Yep, turn 1 Emery, not bad. Oh, and Misha's Bobble as well in the group. Oh, God. Goodness gracious. Well, they know the top card of our library, or at least they did until we sacked it for Dryad Arbor. Joke's on them. Now they know the top of our library. Damn, joke's on us. Alright. Sure. I'll take it. Oh, this never goes to the grave. You won't draw a card. Very satisfying. Oh, hello. That's a good one. Sure, I'll cast that. Cast and pass turn. Seems like a thing. Next turn, we have a Core Spirit Dancer. Seems good. Don't you go Galvanic Blasting me, opponent. Haven't got time for your Galvanic Blast. Yeah, alright, whatever. That doesn't accomplish much, really. So we could cast Sentinel's Eyes, attack the Teferi, threaten to kill it. They have to block with Emery to stop us from killing it. Then we can Razorverge Thicket, Core Spirit Dancer. Seems fine to me. Like, I can't kill Teferi no matter what I do. Unless I, like, Path the Emery, which I think I'd prefer to save Path for Urza when I've got... When I've got Core Spirit Dancer, I think I'd just prefer to save it for an Urza. Let's be real. If they're doing Teferi there, they probably don't have Dispatch or Galvanic Blast either. Unless they've got, like, the biggest stones. Grinding Station. Oh, that's right. That's why I wanted Enchantment Destruction. Alright, we are spoilt for choice with these Rest in Peace. Just going to attack my opponent here. If they try to do anything tricky like that Enchantment Destroy effect, I can then path their creature. If they don't do that, I guess I second main a Rest in Peace in case they are looking to do that to Rest in Peace. Vigilance on Arbor is strong. Makes the weakness of having a creature land instead of a creature, and having your land drop miss for a turn. It just negates that and gives you so many more options. Alright, so that is something. Thassa's Oracle. Yikes. Alright. I'm guessing they don't have Urza. If they had Urza, they would have played it by now. They want to do a double block on the Dried Arbor, whatever. That's definitely a double block. Sure. They're probably going to try and destroy my enchantment here, and then I can path the Emery in response. Alright, we'll be patient with Slippery Bogle as well. Replacement effect, they don't draw a card. That's so satisfying. Oh wait, did they undo that? Can they undo that? Wow. That is so dumb. Are you kidding me? Did that actually just happen? It did. That can't be right. At like any competitive relevant, that cannot be right. Well, we just keep drawing big piles of poop here. Let's attack for 5. They take 3 of it. So now if we play Bogle, we have them dead next turn. And, like, if they have a 1 of Ether Gust in hand, sure. Then I guess we bottom the Slippery Bogle. I think we're good. I think we get there. They'd have to have a very good turn here. They're down to 2 now as well because they cracked that fetch line. Awesome! 4-1. Let's go. 4-1 with mostly white Bogles. Alright. What did I think of the deck? Well, obviously, if you go 4-1, you're going to be happy. I don't know if what I wanted to test, which is, do we beat Bant, was proven here. Because we didn't verse Bant, so we don't know if we're good against Bant. So yeah, that's a little bit unfortunate and annoying. I think it showed the white aura-based function reasonably well. I liked having Spirit Link. We definitely got away without having Leyline in the main deck. I'm not seeing a whole heap of Jund at the moment. And yeah, so that was really good. I think maybe I want to trim on a Force of Vigor. That might be greedy. Maybe not. Maybe I want to trim on a Rest in Peace. I don't know. Because we have less green cards in the deck, Force of Vigor loses value because we're running 3 less green cards than what we were previously. We've only got 13 in the deck. We want to be playing one of them on turn 1 in most games, so technically we'd only have 12 in the deck. We'd have an extra 2 cards here, taking it up to 14. Maybe it's just good enough. I'll have to think on it. I'll have to think on it. Maybe I'll leave one of each in just to remind me to think on it before the league. I'll look at the maths and see what it works out to be. Um, yeah, definitely moving Leyline to the sideboard seemed good for me. I probably wouldn't be doing it apart from against Bant. It's just such a dead card, and obviously Path is like fantastic against Bant, and it's very good against Prowess as well. So just straight swapping them for Path to Exiles like that seems really good. Maybe I can cut Spirit Link and just go 4 Path in the main. But yeah, I mean, it's all going to require more playtesting for me to, actually make my mind up and all of that. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to leave a like or a comment down below. If you're new, be sure to subscribe for daily Bogles content and ring that bell for notifications every time a new video goes live. Thank you all. I'll see you next time.